Good day, everybody. Grade 11, option F and option C, 2023 technical drawing, mechanical engineering, SBA. Now, I will try and do this video in a three-part series. One, we're going to look at what the Google Classroom environment looks like, where are the work, and what is expected for each listed assignment. Two, we're going to look at, or we're going to revisit the portfolio, what is expected in the portfolio, how you will compile your portfolio. We're going to be looking also at um, the depth gauge itself, which is the assignment that you are given to redesign or to design, and how we approach that in its entirety. This video is just really to help those who really need the help. There are others who have already completed. So let's go. Now we will first go to the Google Classroom platform. And of course here you will find the free AutoCAD link that you will download on your system, those of you who have a system at home, and use. The syllabus is located here. Content to be taught is located here. And should you need any additional reference material, books to read, I've listed some books that you can use to assist you in completing your SBA or to study. Content to be taught, here's the file which shows you all the topics that we are supposed to be doing. And here you'll find the syllabus, the CSEC syllabus. Now, going further, we will see the SBA activity for 2022-2023. In it, you will see the assignment for your portfolio to redesign. You will see the plain and solid geometry drawings that you're supposed to be doing. 4 solid geometry and 4 plain geometry, of which 2 solid and 2 plain will be placed in your SBA file for upload, CXC upload. Over here, we have a sample of the TD SBA outline. So let's go and look at the biggest issue, which is the depth gauge. Now, this is your major project for SBA TD Mechanical Engineering, and in here it basically is letting you know that in partial fulfillment of the technical drawing syllabus, it is expected that candidates will be required to complete a project testing the candidate's ability to design or redesign a building or mechanical engineering device or gadget to solve a simple practical problem. Because we are mechanical option, then we will be doing the mechanical engineering aspect of technical drawing. All right. Now, for this year, your design is in the category of manufacturing. All right, because your SBA will have to fall underneath a category, be it agriculture or household, but we're using manufacturing. All right, you'll be required to produce 3 sets of drawing. All right, 3 sets of drawing for this particular assignment. You're going to have your working drawing, which means that these are the parts that make up your design. That means if your depth gauge has 4 parts, 4 components that make it up, then it means that you're going to show a front and plan or a front end and plan of one of those components. Some components, depending on their nature, if they are circular, then you probably only need a front and a plan. You wouldn't need an end, because the end would probably be showing the same thing, unless it has a feature that is not visible from one view, so you'd have to produce all three views. All right, so you will then need a pictorial or isometric of your component, and you'll also need a sectional orthographic. Your sectional orthographic means that you're going to cut the component and section it, and this is enabling persons to be to have a clear understanding of the inner components or the inner workings of your design or of your gadget. All right, so you'll have a section of the component. It may be a sectional front, it may be a sectional plan, or it may be a sectional end, but you only need one sectional view. All right, so to get started, you need to, of course, have a Microsoft Word document, and your Word document would consist of one. You're going to have the school name. You're going to put your school name. You're going to put your name, the candidate's name, your center number. Of course, we know that is 10075, which is the school number. You'll put your number, the candidate's name, and the number. By now, some of you should know your candidate number. And of course, your category is manufacturing, and you're going to have statement of the problem. Now, the statement of the problem is already given to you, so all you have to do is just write back the statement of the problem. And then you have the condition. Again, the condition. The condition is setting out the parameters in which you will be doing the work. So therefore, all right. Please excuse the announcement in the background. All right. So the So the conditions are setting out the parameters under which your design should conform. And finally, you'll have your design justification. So your design justification is telling us why you design the thing you design, why you choose the material that you choose to put using your design. Tell us about the aesthetics of the thing or the ergonomics of the thing, etc. Alright, so all of that would come under your design justification. So all this right here, you would copy and paste back in your work, because the truth in fact is that the statement of the problem is given and the condition is given. Alright, then you would have a picture. This is not as clear as it should be, so you'd have a picture of your depth gauge here. Alright, and this now would be the preliminary part for your depth gauge design. Now, since I'm doing the depth gauge, let me just go straight into AutoCAD. Sorry. Let me just go straight into AutoCAD and give you an idea of what the depth gauge design would consist of. Right? So here we have, well, I have a sample depth gauge. So if you look at the pictorial here, so looking at the pictorial here, you'll see that my design has 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. So it has the body, all right? It has a spindle guide, which is at C. It has the spindle, which is B. And it has a tightening screw, which is D. So this is the tightening screw. And of course, as I said, this here is the body. This is the body. All right, all of this is the body, and that's part A. Now, I know my design. So before I can draw this, I would have to first get the working drawing. So over here is what we refer to as working drawing. So here I have the front. So this would be the front. This is the front view of the component. This is the plan. That means I'm looking on the top of this. And then this is the end. So this is the end. So I'm looking at this from the side. And so you see here, 1, 2, 3 components. So it's not really 3 components, but I mean it has 3 views. And these 3 views explains the body. Alright. Then we have a spindle. Now we only need 1 view for the spindle because this here is telling us that's the diameter 3 millimeters, and so therefore we know that this is circular. And also this tells us the total length of the spindle. So we only need 1 view for that. Here we have the spindle guide, and in this case, because this is cylindrical, it doesn't make sense to do an end view because the end will look just like the front. Alright, because it's cylindrical and has no other specific features. Alright, so in this view, all I have is a front view and a plan view of my spindle. Over here, we have my tightening screw. So this is the screw that will tighten my spindle. And of course, we have 2 views. We have a front and we have an end. Alright, so a front and an end. So this end, because I'm drawing in first angle projection, I'm actually looking from this direction. I'm looking from this direction. So I'll place it over here. That is why this is in hidden detail. That's why it's in hidden detail. Because I'm looking from this view, I know that this is here. I can't see it, so therefore it's in hidden detail. Alright? So this over here now would be my working drawing. Part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, because there's only 4 parts that make up my depth gauge. Alright? So, and over here now, I'll use the measurements that I have over here to draw this in isometric. And of course we know how to draw this in isometric because we would have to go to Object Snap, right click, move to Settings, then we'll go to Snap on Grid, and we'll move from Rectangular Snap to ISO. Alright, and then we'll click OK. Now what I did, I removed my grids. Right? So you can see now that once you put it in ISO, the grids will change. Alright, the grids will change. And then now you draw whatever you want to draw here. Let me turn on ortho. So you notice that I can only go this way, that way, this way, this way. Now I'm using a Mac. So I would have to say function F5 to change the direction. But all you have to do if you're using a Windows PC or a Windows laptop, then you just press F5. So just press F5 and you're good to go. If you're using a Mac, you'd have to press the FN key, which is the function key, and then F5. Alright? And you begin to draw. Good? Alright. Now, let me revert back to, I want to go back to rectangular snap because we need to do the sectional orthographic. So now that I have the working drawing and I have my pictorial, people, it's very easy to get the sectional orthographic. Why? Because you already have these. So let me show you. All I have to do is copy this. And I don't want the I'm going to copy this. And as I said, I do not want the dimensions. So I can just drop this right here. Right? Because it's already drawn. I will now remove the dimensions from it. So that's a good thing, the good feature about AutoCAD. You don't have to do over anything. Right? So I already finished the front So this then would be the front of my sectional orthographic. It's not completed enough because guess what I have to do? I'm going to have to put in the screw. So I'm going to have to copy this. And as I say, I don't want all of that. So I'm going to bring this over here. And let me just drop it there for the time being. And I'll remove all of this. Don't want any dimension line there. Right? And as a matter of fact, I do not want this either. So let me delete that. All I want is this. So what I'm going to do now with this is I'm going to move this from the center there. Let me turn off ortho. I'm going to move it and it will drop and fit right in there. Alright, so that is where we know this will go. These lines will now be solid. Right? We're going to change these property and they're going to be outlined. Alright, so they're going to be solid. Good. Also, these will be removed because remember, you know, we're cutting through here. So once we cut through here, then basically we know that if this is the half of it, I'm cutting the halfway. You realize that I will not, if I cut this and remove all of this at the front here, if I remove all of this here, so at the front, then I will not be able to see these because all of this that is highlighted in blue here would be removed, right? Would be removed. So in essence, this will not be there. Alright, so we delete that. Also, these lines that run across, we're going to have to trim them because that won't be there. And this won't be there. Right? This won't be there. Alright? And we won't be seeing this. We won't be seeing that. And we won't be seeing this. Okay? Let me remove this. And that. And now let me drop in. Let me copy this. Let me get the center line as well. I'm going to copy. Let me drop that there. And I want to turn on back ortho. And I'm going to rotate this. Alright. I'm going to rotate that. Now that I've rotated this, I'm going to take it and move it. I'm going to turn off ortho so I can move it. And I'm going to put this hope it's lining up. Drop that there. Alright. So that now is our this now would be our front. And am I leaving off anything? No. That would be that. So all of this, let me delete that. And we're going to section now. So we're going to section. So to section, we're going to come to hatch. and here click hatch. What we want is ANSI 31. ANSI 31. So I hatch there. And because these two are different materials, I would put this one in a different direction. Alright? So let me click on this and make it 90. So right. Oh, okay. Alright. So what is happening here? All of this run through. So I don't want that. Alright, I don't want that. So let me go to this. Alright. And then I'll go again. Hatch. And this one. Good. So this one is different now from the top one. And then so alright. And I want this to be alright. That's it. I want this to be a little bit closer. About that. Alright. Alright, so that's that. So this now would be my sectional front. That's my sectional front. And if this space is too long, then we can always break it and make it shorter. We can break it and make it shorter. So let us do the end now. So the end, let's copy this. Oh, let me make sure I get the so copy. Let me just drop that there for the time being, and we want to remove the hidden detail, the dimension lines. And what I also want to do is, because I want the thing to line up correctly, I'll just drop a line there, and I'll just take this now and move turn off ortho, and I will line it up. I can line it up. Right there. Alright. So I can remove this now. So I line it up there. Now what should be inside here now? All I do again is I'm gonna just carry across all of these. Because I want this. So I'm gonna copy this. Alright. And then when I copy this, I'm going to rotate it. Let me make sure to turn on ortho so it rotates smooth and nice. Okay. So now this we're going to move. And I want to move it from the center. Realize I'm picking it from the center. And I'm going to turn off back ortho again. And so it is this now is supposed to be screwed into There. So that's where we will screw that in. All right. We will screw that in there. So all of this now, um, hidden detail. I'll bring all of this in hidden detail. Property. And we want it to be hidden. Alright. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay, there we go. Because this is hidden. So we can't see it. It's now in there, we can't see it, so we have to put it in detail line. Now, next we're going to put in, we're going to copy what this again. Alright. Let me just drop this here. Then let me straighten it up. I want to get it from, I want to click move, but I want it from the center. So I'm going to come and drop it here on the center. Like that. Alright. So again now, I'll just remove the outer layers there because the in detail is already there. Right. So that would be hidden details for that. And what we will do now, let's see if we can get this center line running over. Alright. So what I will do is I'll just trim off a piece of it. And trim the inside there. Alright. Because remember, you're getting your marks, so putting in center lines and stuff like that. You know. So what I want also, I want to copy this. I want to copy this. And I'm going to copy from there. And I'm going to drop it on the center here. Alright. So what I want to do now is I want to trim this. Why? Because we know that the fact that it is inside, yeah, the fact that it is inside means that you can't see it. So it's in hidden detail. Alright? Oh. Alright, so I'm going to have to draw about the outside ones. So draw a line. Okay. Let me change the layer that I'm in. So I want outline by layer. Alright, so let's draw a line. and I connect there, and I will connect here. Alright, so what you notice now, we have completed the end. So that's the end. So the screw is on top, then this is the body and the screw, tightening screw on the inside. Right? So the only thing left for us to do now is to do the plan. And then this now would be the plan. So I'm gonna copy this. Alright? So this is what I'm saying now. Let me turn off ortho. This is what I am saying here. Alright? Let me look at model. Let me look at layout. I want to see layout. Alright? Double click into paper space and slide over. Alright, so it looks like it can hold. Alright, so it can hold. Alright? It can hold, so we won't do anything to it. We'll just leave everything. So what I'm going to do now, I want to get a line. Let me turn on ortho. I want to get a line there, so I can move this now. I can move this and make it line up with there. So delete this now. So I know that I know now that this is directly underneath that. So what do I need now? I need I need to put the spindle. So for the spindle, I would want this view, because this is a plan view. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy this. And I don't remember we're deleting the dimensions, and we don't want any hidden detail on this. Not putting any hidden detail on this diagram. Alright, and since I have this circle there already, let me just remove this one. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move, and I'm moving it from the center, and I'm going to drop it on the center there. Alright, so let me trim, because we won't be able to see that. We won't be able to see that. So this is what it looks like from the top. Alright, something is missing, so we need to again copy this. So copy this over, then we're going to rotate. Yep, and now we're going to move from the center, turn off ortho, and it is supposed to come in the center here. You can drop it there. Alright, because what we're going to do, we're going to trim off all of this, because we don't want this, because it's inside. We're not on this view, we're not showing any hidden detail. We have in detail on the end already, so we're not showing any in detail in this view. Well, it's optional, but I'm not showing any in detail in this view. Right, so here we have our screw, tightening screw, we have the spindle guide, and we have the body. Right, because this is circular, because the spindle is circular, and we're looking down on it. When we look down, all we're going to see is the hole that the spindle will go in. So you will actually be seeing a solid material here. And this is our completed sectional orthography. So as you can see, gentle people, it's nothing difficult. So this now is called our sectional orthographic. Sectional orthographic. And of course, we're going to put our scale. And the scale is 1 to 1. Sectional orthographic scale 1 to 1. And also, we need to put our symbol of projection. And the symbol of projection is first angle. Alright, and that's our symbol of projection. Let's drop in our center line. And there we have it. So don't believe that the SBA is a difficult task and all of that. Oh, we need to put in our cutting plane. So I'm gonna put my cutting plane line here. I'm gonna say 10. And I'm going to go 1, 10, 1. Alright. And this now I'm going to hatch. And the hatch that I'm going to use is solid. Alright. So what I'll do with this is I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to put one on the end of this. Alright. Then I will have my leader line. And I'm going to property. And I want to remove landing. I want this to be 0. Alright. And what I'll do next is mtext. And I'm going to put X. So let me just copy this. So I have my cutting plane line. I have my cutting plane line XX. So cutting plane line. So this is where I cut it this way and I look this way. And when this is what I get. All right. So this here is now my. This here is now my sectional front X dash X. So this is my sectional front XX. I'm gonna copy this. Drop one here. And let me copy this. Drop one there. This now is my plan. And this is my end. So I have my sectional front, which is this. I have my end, and I have my plan. All right, let me hit save. And so that is all. These are the three views. These are the three sets of drawings you need for your depth gauge. All right, three sets of drawing that you need for your depth gauge. Let me just grab this and move it closer over. All right, so there we have it. So we have working drawing, which is your components. All right, the various views of your component. Then we have the pictorial, which is showing you the actual picture of the components when they are assembled. And over here we have the sectional orthographic, all right, which is showing you the inner workings of the component. All right, so again, let me hit save. And another video I'm going to show you how we do the other.